Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Module 10. I cannot believe it's Module 10. When we started this, 2 semesters ago, I said it was going to go by fast. I thought it was going to go by fast, but it has gone by really fast. You are 5 weeks out to finishing this whole project, and for some of you, graduating. So congratulations, and let's finish strong. So let's talk about Module 10. Here we go. So as we dive into this, we are talking all about scalability. So as you think about this, right now, in Module 10, we talked about implementing your project. So you should be implementing your project, working on your project, and kind of walking through this. In HCD, we are working through Module 11 and aimed at helping you consider different topics, implementing, managing, and sustaining your project. So the goal of this is to really kind of think about the topics. I know some of them don't apply, and I know some of them you're like, I don't know what to do for this, but I want you to think about this and remember them as you go into your future careers and you work on other projects. I think this is where this is really important. So if they're not applicable right now, you can throw NA or try to answer. Most of them you can answer. So I know for some of you are like, oh, I'm going to put NA in everything. No, most of them you can answer. So please take it some time, think it through, ask your supervisor. You can join us during office hours, hint, hint, and we can help you how to break down some of those topics and add them to your template so they make sense. Let's talk about this week. You ready? All right. So this week, this video is going to land right here shortly. This week, you have a time card. On your time card, please, some of you do a great job explaining what you're up to, telling us what you're doing. Continue if you're doing that. If you're giving us one sentence or you're forgetting to wrap your text, please wrap your text because we can't see the field if you don't. Also, this week, you're going to be doing your scalability project. You also have a peer discussion. So let's kind of dive in a little bit more. Great readings. So click on this tab to see your readings. Make sure you go through these. In your template, you should be summarizing these. We really look to see, did you answer, did you tell us what's going on? Did you use the resources? So please take some time to walk through them. All right, let's dive into scalability because scalability is really important. I know some of you are like, scalability? I'm just happy that I'm finishing this thing. Well, we want you to think about scalability. So as you walk through, there's 2 steps to this. We're going to talk about reach, and then we're going to talk about outcomes. And I'm going to go through the template in just a minute with you, so that way you can see how this works and to make sure that you are on track. Because these are really important, because if a project doesn't scale, if a project doesn't reach its intended audience, is that project going to continue? Is that solution truly working if it's not reaching the audience or growing in the number of people or the different ideas of who they're searching and who they're working for? So also you want to look at your outcomes. If you're not making your outcomes and your outcomes aren't growing, your solution doesn't work. So keep that in mind. So let's dive into this. I always want to show the rubric. Some of you don't read the rubric, but I'm going to say read the rubric because this is what we're looking at. There's a lot of really important pieces here, so take a look through this. Pre-work, again, really important. Make sure you're reading the articles. We're going to talk about who, how, and where for your scaling. Again, who are the people? Who are you reaching? Who are you going? Who are you serving? How are you doing these things? Where does it going to happen? Do you need to expand? Are there other locations that you need to look at? And then you're going to look at outcomes. What are those outcomes and how do they work? And then scaling and looking at new outcomes. That's where the bulk of your points are for this assignment. So let's dive into it. So again, here is your template for this week. Again, your pre-reading. Do your reading. Reach. I talked about this earlier. Who, how, where. So again, who are you reaching? How are you reaching them? And where are you reaching them? So again, we've given you 3 boxes for that. So who, up here. How, right here. Again, you get to explain it in more detail. And then where, right here. So then let's talk about outcomes. You're going to list your current, and this one, current project outcomes. You're going to tell us exactly what's happening for those current ones, and then we're going to think towards the future. What's one way that that you could scale your outcome, that you could grow this project, and why? Then, what's another one? At this point, you should be seeing some different things that you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. This project also does this. This project also does that. So you're really looking at 3 things. So one way, another way, and then a final way that you can scale your outcome. So what are those ways that you can do this? And then that's it for this week. Pretty cool. For your template. Don't get too excited for your template. This is the last piece. So let's jump back. So again, rubric. read it. So very important. So outcomes and then your new outcome. Think about it. Your project needs to grow. Outside of that, you have Yellow Dig. So this is where a lot of you like to get in there, talk to each other, have that real true class experience. So jump in and discuss with your peers and think about that reach and that scalability. How can you do it? Look at what others are doing. You might need to refine yours a bit and add in some things that some of your other colleagues had mentioned. And last but not least, you have a time card. Again, spend some time going through your time, going through your activities of the week and sharing with us what you've been up to. We look forward to hearing from you. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have comments, please reach out to us. You notice this week we did not have a quiz, but if we notice that the number of views go down, the quizzes are coming back. So have a great week. Let us know. Talk to you soon. Bye.